This is Ethan with the Humanities Truck. It's September 13th, 2025, and we are at Art All Night Shaw. Could you please introduce yourself?
I am Rayceen Pendarvis, Rayceen Pendarvis.
And do I have your permission to record this interview?
Yes, you do have my permission to record this interview.
Fantastic. And could you just tell me what brings you out to the Art All Night Shaw event?
Well, I am the host, Rayceen Pendarvis, and I am a part of Team Rayceen Production, along with the amazing team, Czar, our production manager, who put all of this together. I partnered up with Shaw Main Streets to be a part of Art All Night. I think this is our 4th year coming back and putting this on, so it is a wonderful celebration of art of all forms: poets, dancers, singers, artists, writers, authors. Amazing time to come together and celebrate the arts, especially now when the arts are under attack more than ever.
And is Shaw your home? Is this your neighborhood home in DC? Or?
I consider it. I'm a native Washingtonian, 6th generation. I was born right up the street at Freeman's Hospital, which is a part of the prestigious Howard University campus. I was born when that was the colored hospital. And I grew up my early years along the U Street corridor. So this is home for me, as well as being a Ward 5 resident, but I consider Shaw a part of my home as well.
And if not Shaw, as you know, what you would consider your primary home, what is a better way to describe it? What is the neighborhood that you would actually here if asked?
Everything.
Okay.
I'm a proud Ward 5 resident.
Okay.
I live in Brentwood. I love my area I grew up, but I'm a proud native Washingtonian. So I embrace Washington, D.C. and all of our wards. So I love repping my city.
For sure. And we like to ask about experiences and memories that people have with the communities. So is there a really powerful or important experience that you have with the Shaw community that you...
Oh my goodness. It holds a historical value to me. It was once called the Black Broadway. It was home for many of our amazing performers who performed at the Howard Theater. And it was the corridor to celebrate Black excellence. You know, as someone who was a very young child, many of my elders would bring in people. Pearl Bailey was my great aunt and my grandmother's best friend. So I would grow up in the area of knowing Pearl Bailey as Aunt Pearl. So she is a very historical part of Washington, D.C. She is a part of Black Broadway. She is a part of D.C. So that, to me, growing up, is one of those wonderful, amazing things to celebrate Washington, D.C. of growing up in a place that the birthplace to Marvin Gaye, Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway, the historical Howard University, all of that. I take pride in my city because it holds a historical value, especially Shaw. This was a beautiful area growing up in Washington, D.C. It was rich, full of rich cultures, and a rich culture, rich neighborhood, music. It was just an amazing time to grow up, especially in the early 50s and 60s. It was an amazing, and the 70s, you know, even that we came through the riot, it was still a wonderful time. Even after the riot, it was the rebirth of the Shaw community. And now, at 2025, it has come back to what it once was, a vibrant community, thriving, celebrating, moving. That's why Art All Night is here.
Very cool. And you mentioned some of the ways that Shaw has sort of changed and transformed over the years. Are there any favorite memories or, memories that you wish could, be fixed up, I guess?
I would say this, and this has happened in every city, gentrification has taken the culture out of communities. It's sucked the life out of communities, and it's affected communities that had the vibrant, rich history of all the amazing people that came. Coming along in Washington, D.C., along the corridors where You could hear all of the Latin music, eat Jewish food, eat Korean food. I mean, everybody was a part of those communities that were so embedded in what made culture and communities rich. People brought all of their wonderful stories of where they came from right into our community, and people would celebrate that. It was a place to embrace the fact that diversity made a city so important. And when gentrification happened, it sucks the life out of communities. It affects cultures. It shakes things up, and that would, to me, that what breaks my heart the most, that cultures have been shaken, that the diversity that made the city what it is somewhat slowly being picked away. But the good thing about why things like Art All Night, it brings back and it celebrates what makes us this vibrant, beautiful place to be. It celebrates the richness, the culture, the community that is Washington, D.C. So even with a part of things that go away, we still find a way to maintain the history. And things like, that's why Art All Night matters. That's the work that you do matters. You collect stories and make sure that the stories live on after people are gone. And then when people watch your video, they will understand the importance of diversity, which is the key and the fabric of everything. Diversity, you cannot have life if you do not have diversity.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
I'm giving you a whole lot of one-liners.
Yeah, this is great. And so you've described very well the this growth and change that's happened in the community. Are there any things that you hope to see change for the future in Shaw? Things that you hope continue? Things that you hope maybe decrease? Or what does the future of Shaw look like in 5 years to Rayceen?
I believe in the power of this generation and understanding on the shoulders of myself and those that I stood on. And things have to sometimes be taken away from a generation for you to understand why we fought the way we did. If you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you've been. And that's why history must be maintained. So I believe in this struggle that we are in right now, the essence of change, the stuff that is shaking communities, shaking the city, shaking the world as we speak. When your freedom is at risk, you have to fight even more for it. So I believe that people are going to fight more for their freedom because they understand that without it, the world could not exist. So I believe in what's coming. I believe in the change. I believe in the power. I believe in that this generation will understand why the generation before fought so hard and why they must fight even harder. Power to vote, the power to assemble, the power to collect, the power to bring people together. That speaks volumes. So that's what I'm going to believe in.
That's fantastic. So that's really all of the questions that I have for you. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you wanted to talk about before we end the interview?
I just want to thank you guys for making sure that our stories are heard, that people tell stories, that what you do is all part of, you are making sure that stories are kept. You're a part of the experience of what storytelling is all about. And folks need to see these stories, they need to hear these stories, and they need to understand that we're all part of the human race. And I cannot exist without you, you cannot exist without me. We're all part of this journey together.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Rayceen. Thank you for inviting us to the
Oh, you're
event
welcome.
tonight.
Thank you
Really
for
appreciate
coming.
it.